Hello guys, this is Saksham Jain and I welcome you all to the Future Camp. So in this video, we are going to discuss what is the difference between artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning and data science. So many beginners have confusing regarding this topic that what's the difference between machine learning and deep learning and where does data science fit in all of this. So by end of this video, all your doubts regarding these topics are going to be cleared. So let's get started. So here you can see there is a Venn diagram. In the Venn diagram, the biggest circle represents artificial intelligence. So you can assume that the biggest circle here represents artificial intelligence. So basically, if we talk in layman terms, you might have seen many definitions of artificial intelligence like this one. But if we talk in simple terms, in layman terms, then we can say that artificial intelligence is simply a way to make machines or to make applications capable to think or to mimic human brain. In artificial intelligence, we are trying to make sure that machines are able to learn just like human beings. They are able to mimic human brain. So we can have different types of AI application that can be grouped according to their capabilities and functionalities. On the basis of capability, we have weak AI, general AI and super AI. And on the basis of functionality, we have reactive AI, theory of mind, limited memory and self-awareness. So let's talk about weak AI. So basically all the AI applications that you see on your day-to-day lives are based upon weak AI. For example, whenever you watch a movie or a video on YouTube or any other OTT platform, for example, Amazon Prime, Netflix, Hotstar, so you must have noticed that whenever you watch a movie there, then often similar kinds of movies are recommended back to you. This is because of a recommender system that is working in the backend. And all of you must be knowing about all the AI powered voice assistant, for example, Alexa. So these are also example of weak AI. So basically all the artificial intelligence system that you see on regular basis are based upon weak AI. Weak AI is basically goal oriented. Here all the applications have just one aim, that is to achieve or to fulfill the task which has been assigned to them. Now let's talk about general AI. So basically general AI has not been achieved yet, but we are trying to achieve it. We are on a process to achieve it. So basically here the artificial intelligence system have achieved machine consciousness. Just like human beings are capable of having feelings, displaying behaviors, solving certain kinds of problems, basically all kinds of problems, and have their own decision making capability. Similarly here AI applications have their own feelings, behaviors, decision making capabilities and problem solving abilities. So let's talk about super AI. Basically this is a purely hypothetical concept. We are not sure that whether this kind of AI might exist in future or not. The artificial intelligence systems have far surpassed the human knowledge. Here the AI applications are very much ahead of us. For example, you must have watched many different kinds of sci-fi movies. For example, Terminator. In the Terminator movie, the AI, in case of Terminator, there was Skynet. So basically here the Skynet tries to dominate the human population, the rest of the human population remaining in the world. So just like that, so in super AI, the artificial intelligence knowledge has far surpassed the human capability. Now let's talk about reactive AI. Basically, in reactive AI, the artificial intelligence sees the present situation and makes the next move accordingly. Here, data is not stored. The AI makes decision based upon present situation. For example, there is a Deep Blue artificial intelligence system developed by IBM which beated a chess grandmaster at chess competition. What Deep Blue did was analyze all the pieces that were in place and then predicted the next move. This is what Deep Blue did. Now let's talk about limited memory. In limited memory, artificial intelligence system stores memory, or you can say stores the data, and based upon the stored data, based upon these historic data, basically the data which has been stored, it makes new analysis. It analyzes the trends, analyzes the data, analyzes the correlation between the different data variables and makes the next move. Now let's talk about theory of mind. In theory of mind, the AI application is capable of explaining its decision to the human beings. It is also able to understand the intent of all the similar kind of machine around it. Now let's talk about self-awareness. Basically, in self-awareness, the AI system has its own knowledge, has its own behavior, has its own feelings, and has its own decision-making capabilities. Here the AI application is fully capable of solving the problems and making its own decisions. The general AI and super AI have the self-awareness and theory of mind concept inbuilt in them. So these are all the different kinds of artificial intelligence system existing in the world. So by now you guys might have got a basic idea about what is artificial intelligence. Now let's discuss about machine learning. So basically the blue circle here represents machine learning. So machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. So basically in machine learning, what we are trying to do is we are trying to feed, or we are trying to give our model some data, and we are expecting the model to train itself from this data and make some predictions, or to analyze the data and find some trends, do some analysis and make some predictions. So this is our aim in machine learning. You guys can also think of machine learning as a statistical tool with the help of which you can analyze your data, and every machine learning problem can be visualized as a geometry problem or a graph problem. So basically in each and every algorithm of machine learning, so you will be trying to solve the problem using geometry. So in layman terms, you can say that machine learning is basically using statistical tools to analyze the data. So basically there are 4 types of machine learning problems. The problem can be supervised or semi-supervised or unsupervised, or finally reinforcement learning. So basically, if we talk about supervised machine learning, whatever data set we give to a machine learning model, it is labeled. So basically, if I am giving a data set to my machine learning model, it has to be labeled, or labeling has to be done. So for example, if I am making a model which classifies whether the image which is entering the model is of dog is represented by number 0, or cat. So basically the input images that I am giving to the model have to be labeled. For example, if the image is of a dog, then it should be labeled as dog, or if it is of cat, then it has to be as a cat, or by the number it is representing, for example 0 or 1. So this is called labeling of dataset. Now let's talk about another example. Suppose I am making a house price prediction model. The main aim of the model is to take various kinds of inputs, various kinds of variables. For example, number of rooms, what is the locality of the house, and what is the total area of the house. So basically, suppose these are the inputs. Now based upon these inputs, the model has to predict what is going to be the price of the house. So here the data set I am giving to the model has properly mentioned that what is the number of rooms, what is the total area, and what is the location. So basically labeling is done. So on the basis of this labeled data set, the prediction machine is going to generate an output. Either the price of the house is going to be suppose 50 lakhs or 60 lakhs. So suppose these are the outputs that I'm getting. So basically the job of the supervised machine learning problem is to get a labeled data set, and out of these previously recorded data set, it has to generate a new outcome, or we can say a new prediction. The supervised machine learning problem can either be regression style or classification style. In regression style, the main aim is to generate a real valued output. For example, in the house price prediction example, the output is either going to be 50 lakhs or 60 lakhs or any number. It can be basically any number. It can be 6, 7, 2, 2, 2 something, or 8, 7, 9, 2 something. Basically it can be any number. But in classification, the numbers in the output have to be discrete. Basically in classification style problem, the output that we generate, the output we get is going to be discrete. So what does discrete mean? Basically discrete means either the output can, for example, I'm making for example in the case of dog cat classifier, the output is either going to be 0 in case of dog, or it's going to be 1 in case of a cat. So basically this is an example of discrete output. If I'm making a multi-class classification problem, then suppose the output can be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or any other number. Basically the output has to be either of these numbers. It cannot be any number other than these numbers. The output is discrete. Basically the output has to lie within these numbers. So these are the two kinds of supervised machine learning problems, which are regression and classification. Now let's talk about unsupervised machine learning. So in unsupervised machine learning, basically the data set that we give to our model is not going to be labeled. It is unlabeled. So here, the main aim of the model is to get the data, analyze the data, generate insights in the data, and give us the various kind of pattern that can be found in the data. So basically we expect the model to give to generate patterns, generate relations, generate different groupings, generate similarity between the data. So this is the output that we expect in unsupervised machine learning problem. Unsupervised machine learning problem can either be of clustering type, anomaly detection, association, or autoencoders. Now let's talk about semi-supervised machine learning. So in semi-supervised machine learning, as the name suggests, the semi-supervised machine learning problem lies between supervised and unsupervised machine learning. In semi-supervised machine learning, the dataset that we give to our model is neither going to be fully labeled and it is neither going to be fully unlabeled. The dataset that we give is basically mixed kind of data. Now let's talk about reinforcement learning. In reinforcement learning, generally when people start reinforcement learning, they face a lot of difficulty. It is because the content here is quite tough. It is not very tough, but as compared to supervised machine learning, as compared to unsupervised machine learning or deep learning, the syllabus here is vast and comparatively a little more difficult. So in reinforcement learning, if we talk in layman terms, then there is an agent and there is an environment. Suppose I am an agent. So basically my job is to perform an action in the environment, and based upon the action that I perform in the environment, I get an output. I get a reward. The reward can be negative or positive. The reward can be small positive or large positive. The reward can be small negative and very large negative number, or reward can be anything basically. It is basically dependent upon the person who is making the reinforcement learning model. So in reinforcement learning, basically you cannot start learning reinforcement learning without having proper command over supervised machine learning algorithms, before having proper command over basics of unsupervised machine learning and basics of deep learning, for example ANNs, CNNs, etc. So these are the different kinds of machine learning problems that you are going to encounter. Now, artificial intelligence has been briefly discussed and machine learning has also been discussed. Now let's talk about deep learning. So basically here the green circle represents deep learning. So with the help of the Venn diagram, you can easily say that deep learning is basically a subset of machine learning. So basically in deep learning, our aim is to mimic human brain. So in deep learning, the model tries to learn just like how we human beings do. So basically in deep learning, everything is neural networks. Once you start deep learning, there are several concepts that you need to learn. For example, artificial neural networks, convolution neural networks, recurrent neural networks. In recurrent neural networks, there are further sub two topics that are LSTMs and GRUs, and also then there are some other advanced topics like transfer learning, GANs, transformers, BERT, etc. So basically, once you have mastered all these topics, you can say that you have got a feel of deep learning. Now, in deep learning, there are two domains, which are computer vision and natural language processing. So now artificial intelligence has been discussed, machine learning has been discussed, and deep learning has also been discussed. Now there's only one thing remaining, that is obviously data science. So basically that the last red colored circle represents data science. So now you can easily say that data science is a mix of machine learning, deep learning, and the remaining part here represents some mathematical tools, which are calculus, linear algebra, and in calculus there is partial, differential, integral calculus, also statistics and probability. So in data science, we are trying to explore the data, and by using models we are trying to predict outcome. So in data science, we use machine learning, we use deep learning, as well as mathematical tools. In all, we can say that basically artificial intelligence is a technique by which we enable machines, we enable applications to think and to make decisions on their own. Machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence, and deep learning is a subset of machine learning. In deep learning, we are trying to train a model and making them learn just like how human beings learn. And in data science, we use machine learning, deep learning, mathematics, and exploratory data analysis techniques to explore and make predictions on the data. So that was all for today, guys. We'll meet in the next video. Bye bye.